How I Made $10.7 Million Online, My Journey. What if I told you that the path to making $10.7 million online was paved with near bankruptcies and a moment where I was truly ready to quit? This wasn't some smooth, overnight success story. Not even close. There were moments of crippling self-doubt, very expensive mistakes, and times when shutting it all down seemed like the only way out. In this video, I'm not giving you the highlight reel. I'm pulling back the curtain on the whole messy, unfiltered journey. I'm going to share the key decisions that took my struggling businesses and turned them into explosive successes. These are the real stories, the hard-won lessons, and the strategies that actually work. The before state, the grind, and the near failures. All right, let's rewind. This whole thing didn't kick off with a viral video or a fat check from an investor. It started with an idea and a whole lot of grit. My first real swing at this was a boutique fashion brand. I thought I saw a gap in the market, poured every penny of my savings into it, and felt that incredible rush every new entrepreneur gets. But reality, it hit hard, and it hit fast. I built the entire business on a traditional wholesale model. I was designing products, getting them made, and selling them to big retailers. On paper, it should have worked, but in the real world, the margins were razor thin. Retailers would take a massive cut, they'd pay me whenever they felt like it, and I had absolutely zero control over how my brand was actually presented to the customer. It got so bad that for about 6 months, cash flow was so tight, I was literally days away from not making payroll. I was burning through my personal savings just to keep the lights on. Every single day was a fight for survival, and the dream of being an entrepreneur started feeling more like a nightmare. I remember thinking, is this it? Is this all it's ever going to be? I was stuck, I was exhausted, and honestly, I was on the verge of total failure. Our marketing was a mess. We had no visibility, and we were just spinning our wheels. The catalyst for change, the aha moment. I was so close to giving up. Then, one night, I was up late, digging through the internet for some kind of magic bullet, and I had my aha moment. It wasn't some complex formula or a secret growth hack. It was a complete shift in how I saw my own business. The problem wasn't my product, it was the model. I didn't own the relationship with my customer, the retailers did. That's when I discovered the power of direct-to-consumer, or DTC. The idea was simple but absolutely terrifying. Cut out the middlemen and sell my clothes directly to the people who were actually wearing them. It meant I had to rebuild my entire business strategy, learn a completely new set of skills, and take on all the risk myself. But it also meant I would finally control my branding, my message, and most importantly, my profit margins. It was a huge gamble. I had to walk away from the only distribution I had. But I knew if I didn't make this change, the business was going to die anyway. So I made the call. We were going all in on DTC. We would build our own brand on our own platform and talk directly to our customers. The ascension phase, the fashion brand. This is where everything changed. We shut down our wholesale division and went 100% in on our own online store. I'm not gonna lie, the first few months were brutal. Our traffic was pathetic, and sales were just a fraction of what they used to be with our retail partners. But for the first time, we were in control. The very first thing we did was obsess over product-market fit. We started listening, really listening, to our customers. What did they want? What did they hate? This direct feedback was gold. Then we got serious about data-driven marketing. Instead of just trying to sell a product, we started building relationships. We got on Klaviyo and set up a killer email marketing strategy. We created automated welcome emails for new subscribers, built some rapport, and gave them value before ever asking for a sale. We tackled the massive problem of abandoned carts. Instead of just letting those sales disappear, we set up automated email and SMS reminders with PostScript to bring people back. That one change alone felt like finding free money. But the real game changer was customer segmentation. We started using an ERFM model, which stands for engagement, recency, frequency, and monetary value. It sounds complicated, but it just let us group our customers and send them incredibly personalized offers. Instead of blasting everyone with the same 10% off coupon, we could give our best customers exclusive access to new stuff and send a bigger discount to win back people who hadn't shopped in a while. The results were insane. By switching from wholesale to DTC and using these marketing strategies, the fashion brand went from nearly bankrupt to over $10 million in revenue in just 3 years. We weren't just selling clothes anymore. We were building a community. If you're starting to see how powerful this is, owning your customer data and automating your communication, I've put together a free guide on the exact 3 automation flows we use to double our repeat customer rate. It's a full breakdown of our Welcome Series, Abandoned Cart, and Customer Win-Back flows. The link for that is down in the description. A biggest mistake. With the fashion brand thriving, I got cocky. I thought I had it all figured out. And that was my biggest mistake: complacency. All of our revenue was tied up in one business, in one industry. We were incredibly vulnerable, and I didn't even see it until a random market shift caused a sudden sales dip. It was a massive wake-up call. I learned that real stability comes from diversification. This led me to my second major venture. I found a niche market for high-quality, specialized tech hardware, about as far from fashion as you can get. I took inspiration from brands like OWC and Zero Shoes, who serve very specific, very passionate audiences. The challenge? I was starting from zero in a market where I had no brand recognition. This time, just having our own website wasn't going to cut it. So we went with a multi-channel sales strategy. We launched our products on Amazon first. Why? Because that's where the customers were already hanging out. We used Amazon to get our first sales, rack up some reviews, and build credibility. Once we had that social proof, we started using our packaging and listings to pull people from Amazon back to our own Shopify store, where our margins were way better. We used the giant marketplace to build trust, then cashed in on that trust on our own turf. This multi-channel approach gave us both wide reach and high profit, creating a much more resilient business. You have to be where your customer is, and then build a bridge that leads them directly to you. Scaling to 10.7 million, the final piece of the puzzle. Running one successful brand is hard. Running multiple successful brands is an operational nightmare if you're not ready for it. As we scaled, our simple systems started to crack. Inventory was a mess, fulfillment was slow, and our customer service team was drowning. We were hitting all the classic bottlenecks that kill growing businesses. We hit a wall where our e-commerce platforms just couldn't handle the complexity. We had different pools of inventory for each sales channel, which meant we'd sell out on one platform while we had a mountain of extra stock for another. It was totally inefficient and was costing us a fortune in lost sales and angry customers. This was the last crucial phase of the journey, scaling our operations. This is the unsexy side of the business nobody talks about, but it's everything. We had to invest heavily in our back-end infrastructure. We migrated to a more powerful platform, and most importantly, we integrated an ERP, an enterprise resource planning system. The system pulled our inventory, orders, and customer data from all our channels into one single source of truth. Suddenly, we could see the entire business from a 360-degree view. Fulfillment became a well-oiled machine. We could manage inventory across the globe, and our customer service team could finally breathe. Investing in this operational backbone is what allowed us to combine the revenues from the fashion brand, the hardware business, and other ventures to finally push past that $10.7 million mark. The after state, what it all means. So we hit the number. $10.7 million in total online revenue. It's a fantastic milestone, but honestly, the number itself isn't what matters most. The real prize isn't the money in the bank. It's the freedom, it's the security, it's knowing that we built something that can last. This journey taught me that success isn't some final destination you arrive at. It's a constant process of learning, adapting, and getting knocked down and getting back up. The after state isn't about chilling on a beach. It's about having the stability to chase new ideas, to survive economic curveballs, and to build a real legacy, all driven by the lessons I learned when I almost lost everything. It's proof that if you just keep going, you can turn your biggest struggles into your greatest strengths. Key takeaways, lessons. If you're on this path yourself, I want to boil this all down into a few lessons you can use right now. First, own your customer relationship. Stop building your empire on rented land like social media or wholesale accounts. Go direct to consumer. Build your own email and SMS lists. That list is your single most valuable asset. Second, automate and personalize. Use tools to automate your communication for stuff like abandoned carts and welcome messages. Then, use your data to segment your audience and make them feel like you're talking just to them. This is how you build real loyalty and make more money over time. Third, diversify your traffic and sales channels. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, whether it's selling on multiple marketplaces or mastering more than one ad platform. Diversification creates stability. And finally, do not neglect your operations. Your systems will break as you grow, I promise you. Be ready to invest in your infrastructure, whether that's better software or a more efficient warehouse. You can't scale without a solid foundation. The path to building a multi-million-dollar business online is never a straight line. It's messy, it's full of challenges, and it will test you in ways you can't even imagine. But every failure is a lesson, and every obstacle is a chance to get stronger. The key is to just keep learning, keep adapting, and never forget why you started in the first place. If you're on your own journey, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Share one win you've had this week, or one challenge you're trying to figure out. And if you want more real-world business lessons just like this, make sure to subscribe to Money Dose. Thanks for watching.